Hey guys, what's up? Sorry the walls look a little bare. Um, I just moved in, so I have my new apartment, and we haven't finished decorating, so we will get to that. So, in the meantime, it's a white wall. Okay, so today I actually wanted to discuss with you where God fits into your life. So I know that while I was growing up, um, we were under the impression, even maybe it wasn't necessarily directly taught to us, that God is your life. You know, sort of thing like He makes the decisions for you. He, decides what you're going to do in life, how you're going to do it, stuff like that. You know, and and He's the and for example, if you wanted to become a pop star or something like that. If it wasn't furthering his gospel, then you couldn't be allowed to do it. You had to surrender those desires or those who you are uh, to God and let Him decide for you, because then you'd be more happy and joyous and stuff like that. So pretty much Christians were criticized. As I was growing up, we were criticized for not pretty much having a mind of our own. Well, having a mind, but just kind of like not following through on it and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. But I've done my own research, I have my own relationship with God, and I kind of get something different. From a young age, I thought that was kind of ridiculous to want to be somebody like something, like I don't know, like an actor or a what I'm trying to do is avoid like the well-known jobs that Christians do, like being a doctor or anyone in the medical field, being a pastor or something like that. Like if you want to be something other than what the church considered ministry for the return of Christ, then it's kind of frowned down upon. People telling you that you got to surrender this for the good of God and for the forthcoming of His kingdom or whatever. But from my understanding and from my own relationship with God and from reading the Word, from reading the Bible, I don't get that at all. In fact, we're all different. We all have different desires. Yes, there are some people who are going to go into the medical field, some who are going to go into ministry, some who are going to do this and that, but there are also some who are going to go into acting, some who are going to go into recording, there's going to be some who are going to go into business, there's a vast array of things. Like the entire world is open to us. And that's how God intended it to be open to us. It is true now that since sin has come in, eventually God is going to have to clean it once everyone has made their decision on which side of the battlefield they're going to stand on. He's going to have to clean it, but cleaning it doesn't mean it's only open, doesn't mean that only the doctors and the ones in ministry or, whatever, are the ones that are going to make it into heaven. That's not at all it. It's really about your soul. It's really about what your heart what your heart desires, who your heart desires to serve. Whether it's going to be God and His love, or whether it's going to be, greed, hate, money, all these other things, which cause you to do really horrid things to people. Even, yeah, I mean, we all screw each other over every day of our lives or whatever. But the real question is, where is our heart? Like, yeah, are we wanting to screw these people over? And for what reason? And, so the question is, where does God come into all this? Does He live my life for me? No. Okay? He doesn't tell me where I need to go unless there's somewhere specific I need to go for a certain reason. Kind of like He does with His feel like that's a little crooked, like he does with his, prophets and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, to save a soul, he'll be like, go there, and you should want to go there because that's what he's put in your heart, his love for his other children, you know. So, for example, if you're a businessman, if you own a business or something like that, and somebody comes into the office, I don't know, I'm just making this up, but comes in and they don't look at all like they can afford your services, and then you hear the Holy Spirit telling you, you know, take this man's services or take this man's offer, and you're like, this guy can't do anything for me, whatever. You don't know what's going to happen, but you trust God. You've learned to trust Him, and you've learned to say, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. This is really crazy, but I'm going to trust God and walk out on faith. It's never happened that when somebody did that, it failed. I mean, like it turned bad. It may not be something that you want to do initially, kind of like in the Jonah situation, but if you follow, if you trust God and if you do what He says to do, it will work out. But He doesn't tell you you have to go be a boat maker, kind of like one of the apostles. I think it was Paul. Or He doesn't tell you have to go be a fisherman, or He doesn't tell you that you have to go be this and that. You decide who you want to be because it is your life, and He is there to help you live it. He is there to help fulfill it. So if you have a desire to be this or to be that, just tell Him and just do it. He doesn't live your life for you. He doesn't tell you to do this or to do that unless He has to because you wouldn't know otherwise or whatever. So when we are expecting God to speak to us all the time, whatever, I think eventually we do get to a point where we do hear God's voice all the time, but I don't believe it's the way we think. I don't believe it's where we're expecting Him to say, dig this hole, walk 5 feet, dig this other hole, whatever. I don't think it's, I'm pretty sure it's not like that. Why? Because He gave us brains, okay? And we have been instructed to use our brains, and to use our hearts to love other people, to love each other, and to learn how to know the difference between the truth and a lie, and to trust the lie, even though the truth sounds very. I'm sorry, to trust the truth, even though a lie sounds very compelling, So, yeah, He is like an accompaniment to our lives. He makes up. We are us, right? We are created in Him, and then He makes up like everything else. He's like, you're finite, so you don't have all the resources that I have. You're my children. I'm going to take care of you, right? So you tell me what you want. I know what you need, okay? And we're going to form this perfect, world where I protect you and you just go out and you have fun, okay? That's pretty much it. So you really have to desire. You have to use your desires to kind of push you forward and whatever. Sometimes we think we desire things, and it's not actually true. It's we have a strong desire for them at the moment, but then God's like, okay, and He sees down the future, and He's like, oh, this is going to hurt. So He might bring you something that you didn't exactly desire, but it kind of resembles what it is that you desired. And He's saying, this is a better option for you, because if you had what you wanted the way you wanted it, I'm telling you, you wouldn't like it. And then sometimes people fight that. Sometimes people are like, no, I want what I wanted, when I wanted, and how I wanted it. And he's like, okay. And he just lets go, and then it usually ends up destroying their lives. And that's not what we want, That's the whole point of trusting God, trusting in His wisdom and His infinite understanding. Be like, God, I want this, but Your will be done. That's pretty much what that is, right? God, I want this, but I trust You to give it to me, in the time You want it, how You want it, or whatever. So yeah, so that's where God comes into our lives. It's not He doesn't dictate our lives. He supplements our lives. He's like a loving parent. When you see something that you want and you can't afford it, then you go to him and be like, Dad, I want this. And he's like, Are you sure you want this? And you're like, Yes, I know I want this because this, that, and the other. You know, and then you see what happens. So yeah. So anyways, this is just kind of like a video to help build you up to your own relationship with God. I'm still striving to get higher, closer. Right now, I'm working on truth, which was a video that I was going to make uh, soon. But yeah. Anyways, the truth is kind of your buckler. Your truth is what protects you from the invading thoughts that are a bunch of that are very convincing lies. So I'll make another video about that. But anyways, I hope you understood what I was trying to say. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please write them in the comments below, and I will get back to you.